This video is inspired by viewers' comment. Does Indonesia have racial relationship problem? He learns bahasa Indonesia, and from what he's seeing, he got a comment. Harusnya setiap bule pulang ke negara mereka. Every Westerner or foreigner should just pack up and go back home. Obviously, I don't know the context, but from what I read, the first thing that comes to my mind is tourists behaving like they are above the rules is the most visible of all. Most tourists are fine, but a handful of high-profile incidents are enough to leave a sour taste, like posting nudes in sacred place, acting like a drunken bogan in public, not covering up, or dare to drive like a true local. I bet they won't do any of them in their home country or Indonesian close neighbor like Singapore. It's gotten so bad that Bali needs to publish a do and don'ts for tourists, as you can see here on the screen. Just going to read out some of the keywords here. Respect, honor, dress modestly, and comply. They're all common sense in my opinion, not just in Bali, but all over Indonesia. Thanks for the comment, by the way. I read every comment, so please keep it coming. The comment give me an inspiration for this video to go even deeper. What makes we Indonesian wary of Bule? Just to clarify, Bule is a neutral and colloquial way for Indonesia to describe Caucasian appearance Westerner or foreigners. We mean no offense when we call you Bule. I covered that in my last video. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check it out. This video is based on a closed-door conversation with other Indonesians, Indonesian media, and my own personal observation. So please take it with a massive grain of salt. I never say this before. The reason why I start this channel is to bridge Indonesian to the rest of the world at the street level from people like you and me. Many of my viewers are based in Indonesia according to YouTube stats. So I will need their help to share their thoughts respectfully. Teman-teman, kalau ada yang mau ditambah atau dikoreksi, tolong tulis di kolom komentar ya, supaya kita bisa saling belajar. Makasih. My hope is by the end of this video, for Bule or foreigners out there, we have a better understanding where we're coming from, how to handle it better. Before I start, just want to give a quick shout out to Peter. Peter, thank you so much for your monthly support. I appreciate that more than you know. Thank you. Now let's get back to the video. First reason why Indonesians are wary of Bule. They champion ideology that don't conform with national culture. When Australia marriage equality legislation news hit Indonesia, my friend texted me, "We are far from perfect, but thankfully, this kind of ideology will never take root in Indonesia." While LGBT is largely celebrated in Western liberal democracy as social progress, it's decried as moral decline, even disease in conservative religious country like Indonesia. West celebrates individual freedom as long as it doesn't get in the way of others to enjoy the same freedom. However, it's not going to go well in Indonesia where people are proud of the tradition and social norms. It's also a place where collective thinking comes first. Another example is gender equality. I'm not sure if this is a Western thing, to be honest, but I include this because of my own personal experience that I can't ignore. When my kids were still a baby, I changed nappies, woke up every 4 hours, taking turn with my wife every night, and I continue this routine while traveling to Jakarta for a holiday. That's when some friends and relatives made a comment.
Why would you do that? It's a women's job.
Your mother-in-law is here.
Relax, don't worry. Your wife will get some help.
I was surprised at the time because here in Australia, it's very normal to see dad changing nappy in parents' room. Yes, that includes many of my Indonesian friends. In our mind, they are our kids too. It's only fair to do our share raising them. So what happened? Indonesia is traditional patriarchy society where men assume the roles of leader and imam, religious leader in family. As long as a man provides for the family, almost everything else could be forgiven or overlooked. Gender equality flips that script. Some even blame it for the rise of divorce among our generation. Millennial, I belong to millennial. They are genuinely disappointed why man can't be a man in the house like it has always been. In their father's generation, including mine, a man's words are the laws in the house. On this, I need to add that most of the comments here come from traditional-minded men marrying a highly educated women in big cities. I don't hear that in small town or kampung. Everyone seems to accept the traditional gender roles. What does it mean for Western viewers? If you think that holding hand in public with your same-sex partner it's fine because you are not hurting anyone. It's not everyone's business. Please just don't do it. Or worse, you're thinking that you're championing human rights like this British musician Matty Healy did in Malaysia a couple of years ago by kissing his male bandmate to protest anti-LGBT rules. If that happened in Indonesia, I bet on my house it will get the same reaction. Never touch community sensitivities that are against the manners and values of local culture. Human rights or HAM, hak asasi manusia, rightly or wrongly is seen with suspicion as a Trojan horse to change Indonesian societal norms in the West image. We happily take your hamburger, but not your ham. When it comes to gender role, you will also need to accept respectfully every family is structured differently. Many of my friends I mentioned earlier and myself see our wife as an equal life partner. We share our housework, raise kids together, and we support each other to fulfill our dream and potential. It's a hard work and involve ongoing discussion because work commitments and priorities at times are different or clashing. It's slightly more complicated because it doesn't fit neatly into traditional gender roles. For others like the passport bro from Western countries who yearn for good old traditional girls, then all power to them. The second reason, they champion excessive individual rights. The key word here is excessive. We all have individual rights, but in Indonesia, we are always reminded that we are part of the greater society. The spirit of Gotong royong, working together in neighbourhood to achieve common goal, is a great reminder of that. So what is the example of excessive individual rights? In my generation, it's the choice to have or not to have a child. In West generally, it's 100% women's right to do whatever she wants with their body, including to a choice to bear the child, except probably in the United States. In Indonesian culture, however, that decision is not seen as yours alone. A child is not just your offspring. It's a gift of joy to your parents, a blessing or karunia to family. A child also represents society hope and continuation of family line. In short, if you are a married couple growing up in Indonesian culture, it feels almost like a duty to have a child. It's completely different attitude here in Australia where I live. Roughly a third of a partner or married colleagues of mine choose not to have a child. And people around, including their own family, hardly say anything, except me, a Kepo or nosy Indonesian. I ask them why.
It's too expensive and taking too much time.
I can't see how having a child fits into my lifestyle.
Are the common response. Perceived or real excessive individualistic leaning is one reason some of my Indonesian friends say they will never marry a Westerner. Let me share you a quick real story. A stay-at-home Indonesian mom married to an Australian man. Her mom live in the same neighborhood and love to swing by whenever the man is going off to work. After a few months, mom got a text message from her son-in-law.
I'm sorry to say this. This is my house too. Next time, you need to ask for my permission before you come.
I know that story is a bit extreme, but the point is, I can't imagine my Indonesian friend saying that to my mother-in-law. My friends also point to high divorce rate in Western countries, articles about open marriage to pursue individual fulfillment, or talk about single parenthood as if it's something heroic by going solo. Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert is probably the best poster child to illustrate this point. It's based on her own biography where she divorced her husband because she felt lost, bored, and wanted to discover herself with no regard to emotional damage to her ex-husband. Just to be clear, not saying that you should do nothing if you feel stuck in unfulfilling relationship or stay in toxic relationship to meet societal expectations. No, people like Liz Gilbert might be treated as a hero in Western culture for daring to be an authentic self. What I'm saying is, a pure individualistic solution is not going to cut it in Indonesian culture. If Liz were Indonesians, the elder in the family will get involved, religious counseling will be over, and relatives from both sides of the family will be involved to figure out the solution within the marriage framework. Yes, you might think that marriage is a personal choice, it's a personal relationship between your partner and yourself, but in Indonesia, it's gonna be a community effort if something breaks. So what does it mean for Western viewers? You probably guess it. If you live in Indonesian community, you need to adopt collective mindset. Be extra sensitive to others' needs and try not to bring shame to those around you, because whatever you do, more or less will reflect back to the community you're in. That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Please feel free to give a like and subscribe if you learned something new, and leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. I will see you next time. Bye.